want to close it for me, and you have not. Hi, y'all. Welcome to S.W.A.P Radio. I'm your host, Monica.
And I'm your co-host, Chanel.
All right, y'all. We have a busy show today, so we're going to get to the very important things, which is, I have to remind people because people don't know. Survivors with the Purpose radio show, along with the rest of our team, will use this platform to bring awareness to many things that our community struggles with on a daily basis. Okay? We got that? Mm-hmm. All right, because I might act like they didn't know. Here at S.W.A.P Radio, we will encourage, motivate, and serve as a support system for our community. So when you come on, we expect you to be a little transparent. A little to a lot. We are very transparent as hosts, so we would hope that our guests are transparent as well. Our guests are rolling their eyes. Okay. So to get this out of the way, you can follow me on Instagram at Monica WLS and the number 2. You can also follow our radio show at the S.W.A.P Radio Show on Instagram. We are S.W.A.P Radio on Facebook and Survivors with the Purpose on Facebook. You can like those 2 pages.
And you can follow me at Chanel Mabry News on Facebook. And you can follow me at Rise_Sister on Instagram.
You got it right. Okay, like I said, we have a full show. So we're, rushing down things. Quick reminder, we're having a mental health awareness event on April 27th. Yay. Make sure you're there. We're still looking for vendors. You can reach out to myself or Chanel, and I'll get the information. So, vendors. If you also would like to sponsor, get in contact with me, and I will send you over the sponsorship packages, and we'll go from there. Now, if you live in Baltimore, I know we have people viewing from all over. I see some DC people. Hey, shout out to Consider This. I see her tuned in. Misunderstood. Shout out to my mother, first and foremost, because she definitely tunes into every show. Yes. Does not miss a show. Faithfully. Mind you gonna have a good time. I think you should call in for this one. But that's coming up in a few minutes. It's coming up in a few minutes. So if you're in Baltimore, you've heard about the shooting at Frederick Douglass High School. With that being said, the reason I'm even bringing this up is because the people don't want our school police officers to carry their service weapons in the building. And now I say why. I mean, this person didn't get further than the front door. However, it could have went worse. He could have started shooting at whoever was in the hallway. But meanwhile, they don't have their service weapons. So what do you think about that?
Okay, so my opinion is maybe a little different than yours because I feel as though school police should not carry service weapons in the school. And the reason I feel that way is because of certain situations where, okay, it may do more good than bad, but it's going to be those situations where, in an instance, one of our kids may get hurt or get harmed because we have school police that's, full of himself and, he feels a certain kind of way on this particular day and a situation arises, or we could have an adult who, because I'm quite sure you know of adults who feel a certain way about certain kids. It could be one of my kids. It could be my son because my son suffers from a mental illness and acts out in a certain way. And this particular adult can feel a certain way towards my child because of that. And something may occur and he may shoot my son. So I'm kind of...
So are you suggesting that he may shoot your son based on him being angry? Because hold on, let me explain what I'm saying.
Okay.
Are you saying he may shoot your son based on his day that he just came to work? Or the fact that your child is all in his face after police, because they do that.
Mm-hmm, of course.
So do you think that this person would react based on your child being disrespectful, period? That's the sole reason you think that he shouldn't carry his service weapon.
I feel like
I'm just asking.
I feel like there are many different factors that this adult can act that way towards my child. Because again, kids with I just can only speak for my son, and my son is the type that he does not like authority at all. So he could be having an episode in school whereas though he's yelling, he's screaming, he's irate, he's out of control. I would rather them physically restrain him.
You think they're incapable of doing that with a service weapon on them?
No, but I think that again, some situations, it's prone to happen.
Okay, so the reason that I'm even, if you're just tuning in and you've never tuned in, we both have children who suffer from mental illness. The police have been called to my house. Not one time did one of them pull out their weapon to get my son, and my son will be off the chain. But they can physically grab him, get him to the floor, put the cuffs on him without even using their guns. So when you say they should not have their guns, there has been many, because we've discussed them, from the Columbine, I don't care what other shooting it has been within the school, but I know that last recent one, that officer was able to get in, he had his weapon on him. Now, if somebody come in the school shooting, all the officer can do is do what? Run just like the rest of the people that are running. But if he had his weapon, he can shoot back.
And again, like I said, it could do some good and it could do some harm. Again, you said you had a situation with the police coming to your house, but I've had a situation where the police has come to my house for my son's, issue or circumstance. And as soon as they came to the door, their guns were drawn. I had to me and my mother were yelling, letting them know that they were only there because my child has a mental illness and we needed some assistance. So I've had a different encounter with the police.
But they go on what they were told.
And that's true.
So they don't know what's going on and how to.
That's just my opinion. I just feel like, and again, like I said.
But that's not a school setting either. Think about the school setting.
What you're mentioning, what you're mentioning is good for us Columbine and certain situations where, they've had active shooters come into the school and kids have gotten hurt or people have gotten hurt. Yes. But in certain situations, I don't know. I'm just not ready for that yet.
So you're not ready based on the way that the police came to your house?
No. It's a lot of different reasons why I feel that way. Just because certain encounters I've had with the police.
Okay, well, that's a whole different. So that's a whole different topic. So let's just. Okay, we have who Diamond K wants to say something.
So, is your issue with school police or is your issue with the regular police officers that's in the community?
Now, I've had issues with school police too, but more or less regular polices. Regular police.
Gotcha.
The issue just flatline is police, period.
Yes.
However, because we could go back and forth on that topic, because at the end of the day, in my opinion, give those officers back their guns. Otherwise, hire security. Hire security that gets to carry a baton and mace, a taser maybe, because otherwise you don't have the police actually being able to police the school. What are they there for? You have hall monitors. If I remember correctly, they said that this was Coach Mike was a resource officer, is what they called him. So that means he was working in the halls. He was the hall monitor. I don't know. So he couldn't defend himself against a guy with a gun. Right. So, I mean, come on. That's like, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. You're not going to do that. So if somebody coming into school with a gun, they need to have their gun on them. That's just my opinion. But to furthermore, it feels like you have something you want to say.
Do you think that it puts the school at a disadvantage that everybody knows that nobody in the school has a gun, and so they can easily come into school with a gun and wreak havoc?
Yes.
And that's probably why this guy came to the school with a gun.
But if you know that they have guns, if you know that the somebody's staff is armed, then you may say, I'm not going to try that one, that way to storm into school with a gun.
I mean, but then, I don't know, I guess I could feel that way about, okay, I sometimes work as a security officer. And sometimes I worked in places where, some people would say, you should have a gun, but I can't. That's not a decision that can be made. Oh, well, you're gonna carry a gun because you're gonna be in certain situations. You're gonna be in certain circumstances where carrying a gun is not gonna be always the answer.
Security officer versus a police officer are two different things.
Right.
You have very little power as security.
I said that to say that in certain situations, you're not gonna always be able to carry a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they started out carrying weapons. Give those men and women, okay, police officers, give them back their guns. They are needed, flat out. If somebody can come up to the school, and I had 2 children graduate from Douglas. So yes, I do believe, and that's not even a school or neighborhood where they should not have their guns, period. That's how I feel. And I mean, I just don't see it any other way. Now, if you want to say, the elementary schools, but then they were shooting in other states, not here, and elementary schools. So I feel like let these officers have that. Why call them a police officer if they're not fully equipped with the equipment that police officers have? MTA police officers have it. University hospital police officers have. I don't get it. Some of us have guns. I have a permit to carry, but I don't.
Some radio stations have guns.
I'm not going there with you. But to get, and that's fine. That's fine. So once we talk further about the shooting at the school, I went on to Murder Inc., a page I don't follow, and I scrolled down as I was reading the comments where the young man was arrested. And apparently, mom is on there about saying something about, I won't repeat the words. It was vulgar language. And she was saying, y'all don't know the situation. Supposedly, this coach was saying some inappropriate things to her child. She said she was up there for a meeting, and I guess it didn't turn out right. Now, on the news, she said she heard gunshots, and she said, oh my God, she ran out. Oh my God, my son. So do y'all, I don't know. To me, it sounded like she knew he was coming up there. She called. I don't know. But no, she didn't say she called him and he came up there. But that's the rumor that some people are saying that somebody called that was in the meeting. And he came up there. But he came up there with a gun. She's on on social media, period. Just going off and ranting. I just think she need to shut up. That's just the nicest way to say it for me. Anybody know me, that's a nice way to say it without cursing. But don't damage your son's case. Like, just don't even feed into the people. I think a lot of people are defending him on Murder Inc. and it's making other people mad. So now everybody having these arguments back and forth about whether he was right and what the coach may have said. And I received a couple inboxes about it, and all I said was, wow. Yeah, I don't want to go back and forth. I don't know the entire story. Most of the time when something happens, it's this side, that side, and then the truth. So somewhere around about the truth will come out. I don't know how long he's going to be in jail because they didn't put a murder charge on him because the ballistics match another crime, which is murder. So he has a murder and attempted murder charge at 25. That kind of touched me. My son's 25. That's serious. And just looking at, I don't even think he feel remorseful. Somebody said the child was being bullied. So then they're commenting, oh, you bring a gun up there for girls that's bullying your daughter. But from what I'm hearing, they believe it was the coach saying stuff to the girls. So I don't know. I won't speculate. I'm going to wait for the story like everybody else.
I need some more.
Y'all stop making these accusations and calling this man R. Kelly and all that other stuff. Because that's when I comment. I was like, y'all doing a bit too much.
Because y'all know if he can sing.
Okay, so this guy's over here making jokes talking about you don't know if he can sing. Okay. So if you have any comments about that, we'll be taking calls in the second half. Right now, we're going to, some of you may know Lil Bow Wow. Oh, sorry. Let me go there.
Social respect.
Because he don't want to be called Lil. He's Bow Wow. What's his name? Shad Moss. It's not Shad.
It's Shad.
It's Shad. I watched Growing Up Hip Hop. It's Shad. So
What is mama called? Bye.
she sure don't call him light skinned. Chill out. So listen, y'all. I'm trying to get to the point. So him and his ex-girlfriend or whatever she is, Kiyomi. I hear people call her name Kiyo. I hear everything, but from the show, her name is Kiyomi. And Kiyomi, both of them, in my opinion, are toxic. They should not be together. They just go off. Just go off. It just does not matter. Just does not matter. So it's like if they get to arguing, either she's rah rah rah, or then it's him that's rah rah rah. It's one or the other. So it's like, who was the aggressor? However, they released a video footage of them in the elevator, and Bow Wow was all in her face. But if you don't know or pay attention to the show, she has her days when it's her, and I guess this day was his day. So even if somebody made him stop, at one point she got fed up, and then she turned up. So then it's like, oh, well, they both going at it. So they both were arrested. If you're if you're on my Facebook Live, you don't see it. However, if you're on radioonfire.com, you see the picture of the two, and you see how Bow Wow looked like Freddy Krueger came across the face, like rah, you know. She looks like she may have gotten tagged on that right eye. I can't really tell, but he a little short. She's rather tall, and talks off her tongue. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. By the way, he met the chick on Wild 'N Out. She one of the chicks on Wild 'N Out. You didn't know that?
I know that.
Girl, yes. I haven't seen her since that situation, though.
I did not know that.
Yeah, maybe Nick got rid of her. I don't know.
I was saying that the fight was because she was talking to Shaq. That's what I was reading. Because she was getting fresh with Shaq at some party or some event they were at.
Shaq, right? Shaq. I was ready to say bird.
Yeah.
Like, no, they saying that Shaq is her ex. I did see that. Shaq is her ex. Right. Listen, y'all. If y'all watch the show, and I don't, you know, we had a little sidebar conversation before we started the show, but this girl, she like literally. And the brat hit the nail right on the head. She said, this girl just want to be famous. That's the only reason she want to be attached to you. So it's like she's messing with anybody that she feel like can get her into the industry. Because I don't think she can rap. I want her to sit down and shut up. Like, with the quickness. I watched the show. See, that's why y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. She cannot rap. They did a song together, and it just... Every other word seemed like a cuss word. They were talking about sex. It just wasn't a Bow Wow joint. It's just trash it, please. And his mother went there and told her, I think you need to stay away. You know, I think y'all need a break or whatever, but I don't know. However, we do have 2 guests coming up, and they're going to talk about some toxic relationship experiences. And if they found love since the toxic, he pulling his beard out. He's like, I ain't find no love. He not looking. Y'all can't see him, but hopefully he don't be shedding when he get over here from pulling on his beard. But what? We gonna take a quick commercial break and get them settled in. We'll be right back.
Today's broadcast was brought to you by Vistaprint. Create powerful promotions that are easy to design and hard to miss. With Vistaprint, it's easy to customize your business cards, marketing material, corporate gifts, calendars, stationery, and more with confidence, or get real-time design help. Visit radioonfire.com/Vistaprint to get $20 off any order of $40 or more. If you have a message to get out, you want it to be affordable, but you want it to look professional. Visit radioonfire.com/Vistaprint for $20 off today.
Welcome back to Survivors with a Purpose, aka S.W.A.P radio show. Look, he's already ready. His arms is folded. It's like, I'm with this. Look at him. Look at him. He's just not even with it. So we're gonna say ladies first, okay? We have your Toya to me, not the Latoya stuff, okay?
That's fine.
All right. So immediately to the other side of my co-host, we have Toya, okay? So one day I saw a post that she made, and I said, oh my, she was in a toxic relationship. Let me have her on the show to talk about this. So at any given time, I'm not going to tell you where to start your story from, but just explain to the people, just some experience you had with being in a toxic relationship.
Well, with that one, that wasn't really like a toxic relationship. That was social media. Social media got in the way of that one.
Oh.
So that relationship was brand new.
Oh my.
So
social media can end the relationship? I'm sorry. Let's do the toxic part first, and then we'll get back to that.
We didn't end. We just took a break for a week. We back together.
Oh, okay. That's why you smiling.
She said.
Okay. All right.
But I do have a couple of toxic relationships. I can go back to the one before him. So yes, I did find love after a toxic relationship. With this one before him, this was a 5-year situation. At the beginning, everything was cool. Just the dating period, the dating situation, lovey-dovey, all that good stuff, until I found out that I was the side chick.
Oh.
I was a side chick. Didn't know it for 2.5 years. He played that thing real well.
No overnights?
Overnights, yes. Mm-hmm.
No.
So they had an open relationship, or you?
I didn't know what it was.
You didn't ask him if he had an open relationship with the other person?
I just know they had baby mothers.
Mothers
too.
Oh.
And then how he would do it every other weekend. It would be my time. So I guess he lied to baby mother and said that he was at work.
So during the week, what was going on? Like Monday through Friday, because you said every other weekend.
He was at work, taking care of the children, taking them back and forth to school, all that good stuff.
So he wasn't staying with you or nothing during the week?
Mm-mm.
Just every other weekend?
He was home over.
For 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Until I found out that I was a side chick.
Nothing ever dawned on you, like, you never thought to...
Nope. He played that real good.
I'm asking because, after a certain amount of time, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but after a certain amount of time,
coming
with me being with someone, I want that type of closeness. You need to be able to, like, we spend the night,
all that good stuff.
And I'm talking about during the weekend. I'm not talking about every other type of situation. So was that something that you agreed to, or was that something that just was what it was?
Both.
Okay.
I think sometimes as adults with our busy work schedule, because I know I do work a lot, y'all. I will work overtime and forget the night that we supposed to link up and be like, oh, dang, I signed up for overtime, so we're going to have to reschedule that. So sometimes I think somebody can actually get away with living that double life.
It was a double life. It really was. And then I got that. I had the instinct, but I was like, no, it can't be.
Right, because you felt like it been too long, so I don't think he was doing it.
And then social media. My cousin went on social media and saw that he was lying.
Saw him with another female or
With the baby mothers. The baby mothers and the family situation.
Like
So somebody made a post and she saw it. Because now let me tell you, on Man Crush Monday, baby, I see people posting the same man. And they be like, my baby, and I just mind my business. But does your cousin happen to see a post like that and then say, well, wait a minute, he's supposed to be my cousin's.
And she told me about it.
Wow.
He posted a family situation. And then come to find out, one of her close friends dated her brother.
Wow.
So have you ever posted him before?
I don't do that.
Okay.
If I'm in a relationship, you won't even know I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
See, but
That's why I surprised you when I posted that relationship situation.
Yeah, but let me, because I used to have this issue with someone that I was dealing with. Okay, see, I feel like people can know that you're with somebody, but not know your business. So because I post the picture, don't mean you know our business. So in my mind, if you don't ever post me, it's because you're doing something. So it may not have been that way on your end, but see, he did not post you for a reason.
Right.
You see what I mean? So I just, so had you ever posted him, somebody may have said, wait a minute, he is with such and such. I'm just saying.
But see, I don't do that now unless it's that true stuff.
But 2 years?
Yes.
Girl, I would think that was true.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh gosh. Here's Tony. What are you saying? 2 years is not good enough?
You can be in a long-term relationship. 2 years is a long time. So you can be in a 2-year relationship and not be exclusive, not have those feelings that this is 100% mine. You can still be in that I'm getting attached and I'm growing to you stage.
2 years is a long time to still be in that I'm getting attached stage.
No, it's not.
2 years?
What?
It's not. If you've been through troubles and hurts in a relationship and you have that wall, you know what I mean? Some people go through relationships that destroy them to the core. And it takes more than 2 years to build back. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm in a relationship with a person, but I'm still trying to build myself, I'm still trying to learn myself, I'm not going to give them that level of acceptance or commitment or understanding. I'm not going to post them on social media.
You say you're trying to build yourself, or are you building the relationship?
You can be doing them both at the same time.
No, if you need time to find and build yourself, you need to be by yourself.
Yes.
That's true.
Correct.
But some people don't do that because some people need a partner to complement who they are as a person. It don't necessarily mean that's any of our situations, but I have been in a 2-year relationship where I did not post that person. They did not post me because I knew in my mind she was doing her and I was doing me.
And that's why y'all didn't. See, you're really just saying what we're saying. You didn't post her and she didn't post you because you didn't want it to damage your little side things that was going on.
It wasn't
and
a
that's
damage
what she
with
didn't
me
want.
because my situation was out in the open. I was really digging and feeling her. You feel what I'm saying? I knew.
But because she was messing around, or in your mind,
she was messing around. I had no concrete proof. So what ended up happening was I ended up walking away from it because in my mind,
she was doing something.
I felt she was doing something. You feel what I'm saying?
So was it your mind, or do men have men's intuition like women?
Men have men intuition. It's for real. Men have men intuitions, but this was all in my mind because of the situations that I have went.
So was that the toxic relationship?
No, my toxic relationship was before that.
Okay.
My toxic relationship.
Oh God.
And
y'all, he about to give it to us.
No. I'm gonna give you the quick version of it. My toxic relationship was when I was like 19, 20, 21. You feel what I'm saying? I was in a 5-year relationship with a young lady, and it was ugly at the end. I mean, ugly to the point where I was running up in police stations after her. Like, real talk. Like, it got that bad. Like, she had people shooting at me the whole 9 yards. Like, my toxic relationship was really toxic because it got to that level. You know what I mean?
So what got it to that level? The lying, the cheating? What did it?
It wasn't cheating. It was more so at that point, I was real heavy into cars. Mm-hmm. And whatever the cars was doing Car clubs wasn't even big in Baltimore then. It was a group of us that would fix our cars up and go up Northern Parkway and Wabash and race. I was still 18, 19 years old. I had a whole crew, you know what I mean? We would do everything with the car. So if I'm out on a date at the movies and they call me like, yo, we going to meet on 70, we got a race. I'm like, you going home because I got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was immaturity.
He was young.
Yeah, it was
Just
immaturity.
let it go.
And at a point, she got tired of it.
As she should.
Absolutely. But it got to a point where I got tired of explaining myself. And again, I was young. You know what I mean? But we was genuinely in love. So it was genuinely love. I'm going to get to all that. So what happened was I stopped communicating. That was the first issue. I started saying I was going to stay at work, or I was going to meet my mother, I was going to hang out with my brothers, but I was going to meet the cars. It became an addiction, you know what I'm saying? So everything
So you
now,
was cheating on her with the cars?
With the cars, line.
basically.
Yeah, see, that's
So
what it is.
she thought
It was a female.
it was a female.
Right.
So she started doing her. But she was doing it in my face.
Oh.
She would slip
Both.
Tylenol 3s and
Oh my gosh.
shit like that and stuff like that in my drinks and in my food to knock me out, and she would steal my car
This girl crazy.
and go meet the dude.
What?
That's definitely toxic.
Yeah, so when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what the hell happened? Why I feel like this?
Oh my God.
I'm looking at the clock. It's like 10 o'clock.
Right,
I'm supposed to be
right.
at work at 7. I'm calling my boss like, I think I got drugged last night. And he was like, come into work. I go to work. They take me down. I was working for the city then. They take me down to the clinic. Sure enough, I got abnormal amounts of Tylenol 3s and stuff in my system.
What?
Wow, that is.
Yes.
Very toxic.
Just to go get the D.
Whatever she was doing.
Jesus. Jesus.
How long were you in a relationship with her?
I was in a relationship with her for 5 years.
Was it 5 straight or was it like
It
on
was
and off?
5 straight. Because I didn't see a problem with what I was doing. She did.
So
But
was
she
it,
never said
communicated that
anything
to
to
you.
right. The communication stopped.
well, see, that's probably why she didn't, because the communication shut down, especially when you lying, talking about, oh, I'm going to be at work. And then she find out you ain't at work.
Right.
Yeah. I was really in a real toxic relationship. Like
you were.
that like, and after that, to this present day, I have zero tolerance for bull crap, because I had so after that relationship for a 2-year period, I did no dating, I did no talking to females, no not. When a person,
Give me a timeline. What year was this?
I don't remember. I'm 36 now,
So
37.
I'm
now.
just
That was
saying,
when I
like,
was
how long-
25.
no, you
So
said
I'm gonna say like
for 2
2003,
years.
2004, 2005.
So are
You have a
saying
child
that
now, so-
relationship-
My child 4 years old. That's
Right, so that's what I'm saying from that frame, because I'm not saying that situation was love, but I'm just saying you say you went 2 years without a relationship.
yeah, but I was nothing.
because of that relationship.
Yeah, because in the ending, when it got to the point where a person's shooting at you, they're following you home, they're crashing your cars off the road. All this was from that relationship. You know what I'm saying? It got to that point where
I'm about to throw something over there.
I had it, and I gotta watch what I say. So I got to a point where I had to start living that lifestyle just to keep my
Protect
life
yourself.
away. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
definitely
that
toxic.
that
So,
relationship.
but have you learned anything from that though? From that whole
Absolutely.
toxic relationship?
Absolutely. So now I communicate better. I'm 100% more honest. You know what I'm saying? I still have my faults and stuff.
Are you still
but
cheating?
I was never a cheater.
You
I
cheated
did-
with the cars.
Cars with your boys. That was.
I listen.
In her mind, that was cheating. Listen, that was
listen,
cheating.
okay, so
Let me tell
I
you.
don't do that no more.
Okay,
yeah, I
good.
don't do it.
See?
See,
That's what I
I
was
don't
getting
lie
to.
and sneak no more. I say what, and people don't. The situation I'm in now, people don't understand the truth. They want what they want to justify, to justify their thought process. You see what I'm saying? So
Wow.
when you're telling a person the truth, they don't say, "Oh yeah, that's the truth." It's like, no, that's not what I want to hear. So that's not the truth. You're lying. You know what I mean? Now I'm very open. I put everything on the table, but people want to hear what they want to
Right.
hear. They want to fit their thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at that time, I had to take time to learn who I was as a person, to
Right, in that
understand
2
who
years,
I
right?
was. Yeah, understand who I was
Good.
and where I wanted to go and what I was looking for. You see what I'm saying? And then from that relationship, that 2-year gap, which probably was like 04, 05, if I'm thinking correctly. From that 2-year gap, I knew what I wanted going forward. You know what I mean? So my next relationship was a long-term relationship, and it was great. You know what I mean? We had other blunders along the way, but
Let me interrupt you real quick because I need to know this because the whole point of the show is can you find love after a toxic relationship? So we're gonna start with Toya because we didn't heard about a couple of relationships from you. So Toya, you were smiling a little bit. You know, we talked about how you recently you said that y'all broke up, but y'all back together, and you got that big old grin on your face. So it's like after that previous relationship that was toxic. So do you believe you found love now?
Yes, I truly did. I really do, because with me, when I'm seeking my mate, I ask God, Allah, to show me who He was and who He is.
Okay.
And I was dating after him, after the toxic relationship. I wouldn't say in a relationship, just dating, like trying to find.
Right.
So I stopped that. I'm like, no, you just spreading yourself around. You're trying to find all this love in the wrong places. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I just chilled out for like a year. And then once I chilled out for a year, that's when I found him.
So this is a new guy. It's not someone you already
This
knew.
is new. He's new.
Okay. So really quick, people, in between, because we want to make sure we give our callers a chance who want to call in. I'm sorry, I moved the comments. I don't know who said what. However, if you have a question or comment, y'all know we talked about everything from the Frederick Douglass High School shooting, toxic relationships, finding new love after a toxic relationship. Feel free to call 404-436-1277. Again, the number is 404-436-1277. All right, so you're in love now. You're happy.
I'm not in love. I'm
You-
I'm in lust.
Oh my gosh, she's in lust. Okay.
enjoying yourself.
Right.
Okay,
you're
but
not in
I mean,
lust,
I was
you're
just asking. I mean, because you
enjoying
like really like.
Real smile.
Yes, everything has changed on that part. So, Tony, have you found love? Now, don't try to change it up because we were having a conversation outside before we even got in this room. So I want you to be open and honest with us. Have you just answered a simple question? Don't tell me because listen, y'all. Tony is my relative. Listen to me.
We were having a conversation outside.
And, okay, we have a caller, you guys.
So I want you to be open and honest with us.
We're gonna take this call. Hello, caller. You're on the air. What's your name?
Hi, I am Nakia, and I want to say you ladies look lovely on camera.
Hello, thank you, Nakia.
But I do want to chime in on what the guest is saying. Girl, it happened to me. I had a guy, he flew me out to Chicago and some more stuff. Did not even know he was in a relationship. And that's why what Pebble said is really important, because when you are busy and you have a full work schedule on your own and, you're an entrepreneur, those little signs can get away from you. But I am here to attest to you that these men live triple lives, okay? And you'll never,
She
ever...
said triple lives.
Women as well.
She said triple lives. Okay, Nakia, wait a minute. So, Nakia, you've been in a toxic relationship, right?
Actually, speaking to what the gentleman was saying, I believe that my toxic relationship was two ways. I was going through something with my daughter, and I think me and him used each other. Because like where I was in my life or where he was in his life. So I don't even want to necessarily consider him to be toxic. I kind of think we were just using each other.
We can understand.
Okay,
that.
you two
I can
users.
understand that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, but have you found love?
Girl, no. Honey, okay? So I'm going to stay chime chimed into the show so I can get some tips, okay, and move on. But no.
So wait a minute, you guys.
Y'all look great on camera, and the guests are amazing. I can't wait to hear more.
So wait a minute, you guys. Don't hang up yet, Nakia. Hold on a second. So Nakia is the host of Consider This. I was on her show earlier
the show you
today.
was on earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I had told her on her show we're going to have to give her, do a dating show. Get 3 guys up there so we can get her a date. I'm not saying she can't get a date, but maybe she can find love. I mean, because I know it's been guys since then. Because she's been too busy entrepreneuring and dating.
She got to make time for herself first before she can make time for someone else. Now, How
you giving advice like this?
Because I know. Now, I
how do you
more
know?
Than
you should ask her.
any...
She's on the line. Ask her, do she make time for herself?
Do you make time for yourself?
I definitely do make time for myself. However,
hold up, because you said however. So do you make time for yourself to involve dating, to have a relationship, and not saying a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, a dating relationship, a friendship relationship with someone?
Yes, I do believe that I'm open to that, but I do believe it has to be, it may have to be unconventional. Like, we may have to eat brunch or something random. I'm not a regular type of girl, but I can make time if I'm interested in the person. If I'm not interested, I'm not going to, do a mix-up in my schedule.
That's right. That's right.
So do you have someone that you are interested in?
Are you interested?
I was just helping her along the way. No, I'm helping her. She said she's looking for advice, so I'm giving her the man the guy's point of view, because it's something.
Don't you think he's Steve Harvey?
No, I'm not Steve Harvey. I'm just smart. I'm just well educated in this from my life journey.
Experience.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
He's trying to give you his opinion. Go ahead and give it to her. She ready.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't think so. I'm not actively dating. So I don't think there's one particular person I'm trying to make it work with. No.
So I'm going to say this. If you're not actively dating, then how can you be looking for someone, if that makes sense?
Well, let me say this, and I'm not saying I'm the holiest thing sitting at this table. I'm not going to say I'm not a sinner. However, I will say this. The Bible says, a man who findeth himself a wife finds a good thing. She's not looking. She's waiting for him.
I am. I'm waiting for him at the gym. I'm waiting for him at the store. I'm waiting for him at the car wash. You right, girl. I'm waiting.
But you know what? I did see a post where people say it's no good men out here and this, that, and the other. But if you stay in the house, you can't find them. So it's right. She's waiting for him at the gym, the grocery store, wherever. Okay. Thank you so much for calling in, Nakia. We do appreciate you.
Y'all. All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. So listen, guys, listen. We have not said anything to host ourselves. We have not said anything about being in a toxic relationship. So I'm just going to go last. I'm going to see if Chanel been in any toxic relationships before her current.
So, yes, I have been in a toxic relationship before. And it was toxic because he was abusive. And I couldn't leave. I don't know what made me stay. I couldn't leave. I think I more or less stayed because he was my last child's father. And I think I stayed more or less because I had 2 other children. It didn't work with their fathers, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can make it work with this one. I was young, he was young, but it was good in the beginning, but then it spiraled out of control. Okay. And it was like that one time he might put his hands on you, but he'll tell you, he'll come back with something and he'll say, well, I apologize, I wasn't feeling good today. It started off like that. And of course I wanted to believe him. I was young, I was naive. I wanted to make it work. I wanted to believe that he wasn't going to do it again. And every time he did it, I believed everything he said to me to make it better.
That's how it would be.
So yeah, eventually I left, and I left because I had a friend, and okay, a situation happened, and he put his hands on one of my other children, and
That's not his.
that wasn't his,
Hmm.
and I kind of blew up. I blew up because one thing is you could do whatever you. Well, then I felt like you could do whatever you want to do to me, just don't not to my children. It's not to, it was like my kids, they was off limits. So when he put his hands on my child, it was like I was still in my mind saying I'm leaving, but then I was still saying I want to hear what he got to say. I want to know why. I want to know,
Mm-hmm.
And one of my friends, she was way older than me, and she pretty much sat down we had to sit down, and she was just like, I can't watch you, keep going through this, because now it's escalating. It went from him hitting you one time to him hitting you several times to now he's abusing your children. So what is it that you're going to do? You say you love these kids, you say, because back then I used to, that was, everybody that know me know that was my answer to everything. I love these kids, these my kids.
That's
So
still your answer to that.
she pretty much said she talked to me, and what she said to me, like, I cried, and what she said to me made my skin crawl. So that's how I knew that what she was saying to me, I was supposed to hear that. She was supposed to say it to me, and it wasn't nice. It wasn't no. Well, listen, I need you to.
And you need them friends to tell you what it is.
It was, you gonna get your together. For you and these kids, later for him, and that's what it's gonna be. I did not deal with a guy for 2 years. In the midst of those 2 years, I thought that I wanted to be with a female. However, I never carried out the whole, those feelings. But that's how I was feeling, because I felt like I never wanted to be with another man again because of that situation. But of course, I lived it, I survived it, and now I'm a married woman with an amazing husband.
Okay, so I heard the married woman with the amazing husband. So I'm asking, no, y'all gonna call me crazy for saying this. I heard you say you're a married woman with an amazing husband, but the question was, did you find love?
Yes.
Because some people married
Yes,
that's
I
not
did.
love. But I'm just, y'all listen, chill out.
did.
I was just asking, because now that we found, no, I'm just joking. I can't sing, but I had to go there. Okay, so now what you people around the monitor for? So, okay, we're to me, all right? I guess being in a toxic relationship for me, I guess it depends on how you define toxic. As we were outside with his words that he gathered up. Sometimes Tony take letters and just throw them up and make words.
But they make sense.
No, they don't. You just make them up, and we just go with them. But I want to say I wasn't just in one toxic relationship, because I can remember as you were talking, I just remembered something that my son's father said to me, and I don't know which one was the aggressor. Let me be clear. Because I was young. I had my son when I was 15. But however, I remember jacking him up, holding him like right where I was, running the hot water. He calling for my mother. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. It's funny to me now. Yes. We was young. Okay. But I think I don't remember if he pushed me or something, but you just wasn't going to leave, and I didn't do nothing. So I was like, I'm going to get this hot water. I'm going to throw this on you. But I was holding him. Because I had brothers, he was scared, but he should have been just scared of me. Because he called my mother all he wanted to, but that ain't stop me from throwing that damn water. I was just like, don't ever put your hands on me, and I meant that. Like, don't ever do it. I'm laughing now, y'all, because it's funny now. It's been years ago. Our oldest child is 25, so. And I think I only had that one at that time. But he never did it again. It wasn't a push. It wasn't a hit. He didn't talk to me out the side of his neck. If he did, it better have been over the phone. So I guess you can say I'm kind of an, aggressor. But I don't do nothing until you put your hands on me. But you're not going to be able to walk away like that easy. So that was definitely toxic. It was so toxic that I didn't even tell him that I was pregnant with the second child. I didn't tell him until after I had him. That's how bad it was. So, moving forward, because I had that child in 97. So, moving forward, like I said, depending on how you say toxic, to not be, because I mean, there's so many different ways. Like if you push off time and you're not trying to spend time with that person, that can make them, I know with me, I don't care. I know I have a busy schedule. If you have a busy schedule, I feel like if you're so busy in your life, but you really love this person and you want to spend time with them, you're going to cut something out. You're going to make time
for what they want.
I always say that I make time for people that I want to make time for. I might not always make time for, like, if you have an event and I'm already doing an event, I'm not going to not go to this event to come to your event. But if it's a man that I'm interested in, I want to be with, I'm going to, baby, I can't come to your event because I'm spending time with such and such. You know, so if I don't see that reciprocated, then I'm going to treat you as such. So I might give you that time when you request it. But if I can't get the time when I request it, then
It becomes a problem.
it's going to be a problem, and it can potentially make it a toxic relationship. Now, y'all, I've been back and forth with somebody for a long time, okay? So I wouldn't label our situationship as a toxic.
Situationship.
That's what I'm calling it.
Situationship.
Well,
I like that word.
It's situationship.
Yeah, it's like we have a
You dealing.
situation, we have an understanding. We can be mad, like I think we was mad a couple days ago, but we probably like, look at Tony shaking his head. We probably like right back where we was, like everything is cool around conversation. We did have a conversation, but it's like I don't know. I really don't know. And when I talk to people who are close to us, I try to figure out what it is that we're doing. I don't want it to become a toxic situation. Let me say this. I believe, and I don't who on here? Wait a minute. I believe that we love, well, I know from my point, but I believe that we love each other. I just think we can't find the common ground. So therefore, we do this back and forth type thing. And
maybe one of y'all gotta
Sit down.
yeah, y'all got one of y'all.
It needs to be.
See, when you got two aggressive personalities, two alphas.
I would say take the aggressive out. I think it's the alpha part.
One of y'all gonna have to
Sit down.
Both.
concede.
Both. We got to know when to fall back.
Yeah.
You have to know when to fall
find a
back.
neutral ground.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you have to find a neutral ground. But if he is not willing, then maybe you have to find.
Pull back.
No, let me tell you where I'm at. I saw this. Y'all know Facebook, Instagram, they can put you in a whole other. You see all these little quotes, all these little videos. Y'all never get this woman name right, but this Ilyana, whatever. She posted this video.
She be on fire.
Yeah.
She posted this video, and I'm telling y'all, I just keep replaying in my head because I saw it. And she said that she was in a relationship with someone, but she saw how he loved her, and that's not the way that she wanted to be loved, so she had to walk away from it. So in the end of the day, basically, if I'm not, and I've been thinking about this for the past couple days, but if I'm not accepting to the way that he's trying to love me, then I need to walk away.
Well,
That's just.
Why not teach or tell or show?
I feel like we're both in our 40s. I shouldn't have to teach a man how to love me.
Because some people might not have came from that nurturing house where they know how to love you.
However, he did.
Okay, but then maybe.
Because I see it. I've been around the family. I've seen it.
Okay.
The parents are still together, just like my parents. And I always would think, I think they did. I've met these people. I think they did.
Maybe you need to revisit the situationship.
Why? This is a family show, so let me not say what I was going to say.
Unless you're accepting to what is going on, then you need to revisit. You and him need to revisit this
Situation.
Didn't I just say that I'm not if I'm not gonna accept the way that he wants to
Okay,
love
well,
me,
then it's time.
then I need.
Well, then then
I
feel
said,
like,
listen, that's a question to myself when
okay.
when I say if I'm not gonna, that means I have to make a decision whether I'm gonna accept the way that he chooses to love me, or walk away. It's like no other way to put it. So I won't say it's a toxic situationship. Let me not say relationship, because we're not in a relationship. We have a situationship, but I don't want it to turn toxic. You see what I'm saying?
So look, this is what someone told me a long time ago, and I know y'all heard this. They say take a piece of paper, put the line down a piece of paper, and write all your good things.
What you watching Tyler Perry movies before you came in? Oh, okay.
Like real
It really
life.
works.
My stepfather, mother, she was real adamant about stuff like that. So my grandmother wouldn't. And in life, you know what I'm saying? It was real stuff. So right now to this day, when I'm contemplating making decisions, I do that because it works in everything. If you're good outweigh your bad, it's something there you have to keep fighting for. One of the issues with a lot of relationships today is we don't fight hard enough. If we have one argument, we out the door. One argument is not a toxic relationship. Relationships are not going to be perfect. You're going to have disagreements. You see what I'm saying? But one argument is not a toxic relationship.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You have to find that common
We have a
ground.
viewer's comment. I'm sorry. I have to go here. She said, you guys have to find the common ground. Don't give up so easy. So to be clear, you guys, it hasn't been 1 year. It hasn't been 2 years. It's been about 9 years.
But you just
So-
said y'all was both back and forth.
Yeah, we have been back. Yeah, but listen,
So
for
this
the
is my
longest,
question.
the longest that we haven't dealt with each other would be maybe somewhere between 3 and 5 months.
So
maybe.
this is my question, and you can tell me shut up, not whatever the case may be.
No,
but
just go ahead.
do you think that y'all was both trying to get all your playing out before you settled down with each other? Do you
I'm
think
confused. Who was playing? I think maybe he was. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Wasn't me.
Cause for me, before 2 years ago, I felt as though maybe a year ago, I felt as though that a relationship ain't for me. Like I want to do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a conversation with a couple of different people, not nobody I was involved with, that said I'm not done playing. Meaning that I want to date other people or have fun or do whatever it is that I want to do. That's what they classified as playing. So do you think that maybe you or this person has in their mind that they want to play, and then the way that y'all going back and forth is just holding on to you so you don't go nowhere? I want to hold on to you to keep your interest while I'm doing what I want to do.
Maybe. Let me say this. That's a good point, and I like that because that sounds like him. Doesn't sound like me. I'm not the one who don't want to settle down.
You're involved in it because
but let me
you
tell
keep
you how.
allowing the plan to go along.
Listen. I be the one.
They're comfortable with each other.
Listen, I be the one sometime. Like, I just had a whole situation. Yes, some of us know. But once I put him out, I know for sure I can pick this device up, shoot a text, and I'm going to be good. You get what I'm saying? For whatever reason I want to make, whether it's dinner or whatever. I know I can, I mean, that's just
You're
the
comfortable.
fact. That's not I'm comfortable. Is that you, and this is what I always say. I used to say when I was young. You got that pull. You can pick up the phone and you can get that person. We just talked about that outside. That can happen. But as far as me saying, oh, well, let me get this out my system. Having multiples and doing all that been out my system. Remember, I got married in 2003. I mean, I'm fully divorced now, you guys. Okay? But I got married. That's what I wanted. I wanted to settle down, and I still feel the same way. However, I'm not saying I won't go out on a date with this person or that person. You guys, we have a caller. Yes.
Hello, how are you? This is Shanette.
Hi, Shanette. Which topic do you want to discuss? It sounds like toxic relationships.
Oh, sure. Hello, everyone.
How you doing?
Hello.
Sure, we just had this conversation the other day, Monica.
Oh my gosh.
And as you know, all of my relationships were toxic. Not going into deep detail of them, but I mean from the last, start with my baby daddy. You know, who we fought all the time due to the lies and cheating. Then 3 years later, I had someone who was living a double life.
I remember that. Didn't that come out on
coming home
Facebook?
to me every night, but got a whole nother girl somewhere else.
so easy to do these days.
And then about 2 years after that, I met a clown who he decided he wanted to call the police on me.
Wait,
Traveling with the circus.
wait, Chanel, you say you met a clown?
I met a clown. Oh, he wanted to call the police on me. And when the officer got here, he said, "Officer, she just wishy-washy. She wake up one morning this way and that way. I just want you out my house."
My God. I can't. Oh my gosh, y'all got me. She got me in tears, y'all. I'm glad I ain't wear no makeup today.
And
So,
then,
did
you
he
know,
leave?
Oh, sure. You know, it ain't take the police to do that. You know, Monica.
Lord.
You know, I ain't had to go down there and get a eviction notice neither.
Lord.
He was going voluntarily or involuntarily.
So here's the big question. Have you
Okay.
found love since those toxic relationships?
No, I found love in myself, sure.
Yes.
Because
That's more important.
one thing that I did not have was self-love. I didn't know my worth.
Exactly.
So since last April, since my last relationship, which was about a 2.5 year bit,
You
I
was with him
decided
then?
to love Jeanette more and find out what Jeanette like. And now I have zero tolerance. And one thing for me, I never dated. Dating is very hard.
It is.
I never really dated. I was straight, seeing someone, I met someone, we're talking, it goes from this to that, and then bang, they need to move in. I was big.
She was big. Jeanette, listen. I cannot with you. Wait a minute. It was 2 years with that last person. It don't seem like it.
Sure I was. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't bringing nothing to this table to build.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. Okay. Well, Lord have
Yes.
mercy.
I'm always giving. What are you going to give me? And I mean, and then when you feel as though, I need to be paying you to go out and work with me, you're not bringing nothing to this table, boo.
Well,
You
Jeanette,
can't take from this table if you ain't bringing nothing.
Jeanette, let me cut in here real quick because I just want to enlighten you, ma'am. You are giving. You are very giving full circle, not just with the man, your friends, your family. You are very giving, and that's why I think people take advantage of you. Your heart is just so big, and so people take advantage of you. So, but now, like you said, you found love for yourself. So hopefully not just in the relationship aspect, also with your friends, your family, you will put them on the same boat.
Oh, sure, because I have now set boundaries and limitations. I've learned the word no. So at the end of the day, there ain't too many people get anything from me no more.
Look at that.
It's going to take a lot for me to give anything.
Oh. Well, we thank you for calling in.
Sure, thank you for listening
Especially
to
for
me,
the clown
everyone.
comment, girl. We love the clown comment. Yes, we thank you for calling.
Thank you, and y'all have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
She said
Wow.
something that was very interesting.
Yes, what is it?
She said that she had to take time to find out who she really was. It's a lot of people in relationships that don't even know who they really are.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's true.
Don't even know what they really want out of life. They just
Right.
flying through the relationship by the seat of their pants.
Just to say they have
Just to say,
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that was powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like I really caught that. You know what I mean? That's
People are doing that.
yeah. And that's
Listen, we talked on the phone the other day for 4 hours about this. Like me and Shanette. We talked for 4 hours about toxic relationships, family, all that. Because toxic relationships don't limit to romantic relationships.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if family,
toxic
oh my.
relationships, yeah.
It's some people that I done blocked. That's my family. I blocked
You
them
and
on
me
social
both, we
media.
had this conversation the other night.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Listen, I keep saying, and somebody just pointed this out to me that I keep saying it, but in this season of my life, I'm not dealing with these toxic people. If you can't give me what I give you, then I don't want no part of you. Period. If I respect you and you can't respect me, out of my life you go. I don't need you here.
Exactly.
If you're not affecting my well-being, my children's well-being, I don't need you. At
At a certain point in people's lives in general, you have to grow past negativity and look for more healthy and positive, nurturing relationships, whether it be with family, friends, spouses, whoever. And some people, no matter how old they get, they just don't get that. They dwell on the negativity in everything. So like she said, we related, we first cousins. And we have certain people in our family that we both mutually have on the block list. Like, because they tell you one thing and they put on social media something totally different. And then when situations start to occur, they're the same people that are
always in that circle.
always in that circle. You know what I'm saying? So, 3 years ago, I was in a car club. And something happened in that car club, and I'm not going to speak on that.
Yes,
but
please don't. Please don't.
Something happened in that car club, and I questioned the loyalty of the people who stabbed me in the back. And
No, Stephon.
I decided that relationship wasn't healthy for me, because in that relationship, the things that transpired, whether they were street beefs, friendship beefs, whatever, they never stood with me. I was always running to them. So when a street beef occurred, my family, my homeboys was the ones going with them. But I wasn't getting that back in return. So when they stabbed me in the back, it took that sitting down to realize that this is not healthy for me. You know what I mean? From the street to my friendship, everything revolving around them was very toxic. So I had to remove myself from it. So I remember when I posted it, she put on my page real capital letters, wow. Because no one would have ever thought I'd have walked away from cars. Because if you know me like you know me, like people know me, I'm obsessed with cars. Like, truly obsessed with
The
cars.
only way my daughter remember him is the Michael Jackson car.
And that's how 90% of the people that remember me know me, the Michael Jackson car. People actually call me Michael Jackson or MJ. You know what I mean? But
And that's funny because when I be like, Tony, she like, oh, the one that had the Michael Jackson car.
But it's crazy. And that friendship had to end because it was toxic. And then in ending that friendship, it became a domino effect because everybody started going. Because I started seeing my friendship worth with those people.
That's
Just
right.
like years ago, I seen my relationship worth. You know what I mean? So now I'm starting to see my family worth. You see what I'm saying? So I'm taking myself away from all the
Yeah, 'cause some of them people
they
you
say,
cannot.
She quoted something from the Bible earlier, you know what I mean? And it's not a Bible scripture, but it's a biblical sense that you have to remove yourself from negativity to let the positivity blessings flow in. You see what I'm saying? So in whatever relationship people going through in life, it's that black cloud. That black cloud is the toxicity. That's the word.
Yeah, listen to
It's
him.
the toxicity.
Y'all, he will make up a word.
That
Listen,
black
pay
cloud is
attention.
the toxicity. We gotta get from under that black cloud. You know what I mean? And that's work, relationship, home, family, friends, everything. But the core of toxic is always in your relationship, because outside of work, the next person you spend most of your time with is your spouse. And those things bring us down mentally. That's part of toxic right there. It's the mental abuse, the emotional abuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The lying, the cheating,
And all of that will lead to physical.
Yeah. Eventually, it does get to physical because everybody that argue enough, before long, one of you gonna pop the other one.
You gonna pop that.
Yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself.
We've been there.
Bow Wow
Or
and
you gonna let it
Kiyomi.
build up to the point you want to explode.
And some people does that. Like, I can't think of what the thing was on the TV a couple weeks ago. I watch all them crime shows. I can't think of the show. The lady let the guy beat her for over 20 years. Beat her kids, everything, for over 20 years.
Don't make me run down
And
the shows.
It's on 204. I watch all them Forensic Files and Deadly Wives and all that stuff like that. Y'all heard of them shows? They really.
I heard of them, but I don't watch them. You
I
sit
watch
there
them,
and watch.
Death Row Stories and all that stuff like that. Those shows, cause most of them is revolving around relationships that went sour. You know what I mean? The pastor wife had him set up to be killed and all types of crazy stuff because they don't. Communication failed.
Communication.
The communication
We don't
failed.
have
So you
the
think
toxicity comes
So you
in.
think the communication fail was the reason she set him up to get murdered?
No, it probably was.
I'm just because
No, because in that story, she set him up to get murdered because he was worth $2 million.
Oh,
So greed,
Greed.
did she get it?
pure greed.
No, because she set him up to get murdered with an undercover agent.
Oh,
So they went through and act like he got killed, and they pulled
Right.
the curtain back and showed him on a stretcher dead, and she flipped out and everything. So when she left there, as soon as she left there, she called the insurance company.
wow.
As soon as she walked out the morgue, she called the insurance company, and they had already had him, but they needed the what's it called, the concrete proof.
Right, she had to go get that check.
Yeah, so they had to wait for her to get the check or whatever before they
Okay.
could, you know what I mean? So once she called them, that was it.
Wow.
So when they locked her up, they brought him in the room and showed her that he wasn't alive. I mean, that he wasn't dead, he was still alive. And you could have brought her for a nickel.
Wow.
Wow. So, I mean, I know we all talked on toxic relationships, and you know, Diamond K been chiming in on some topics over here. So we want to know, do you have anything to say on toxic relationships and finding love after a toxic relationship?
Toxic can be poisonous and it can lead to the demise of people.
Come on,
Toxic,
light skin.
bad, toxic.
That's all you have to say, light skin.
I think people are just too dramatic sometimes. I just think that a bad relationship, sometimes stuff just doesn't work out. And I think that does not make toxic stuff. Like, you picked the wrong guy, it doesn't click. That ain't toxic. Y'all it wasn't right for each other.
What I
You know
just
I'm
tell
saying?
you outside.
And I think that
What I just said outside.
I think that sometimes people are just
That's
too
the liars
dramatic.
and cheaters in these guys.
I think there's just a lot of times people are too dramatic. Now some things are toxic. Bow Wow, how you say that girl name?
Kiyomi.
That's toxic
That's
because
toxic.
that's going to
That's
end
very
up with,
toxic.
you know what I mean, you got people physical marks and it, you know what I mean, and it's just going to end up bad for somebody in that relationship. But sometimes y'all can grow apart, and you know, some people cannot have maybe the wherewithal to say, hey, we grew apart, and they may just continue to try to keep it moving, and other things may, you know, just didn't have the courage to say, hey, look, I can't deal with you no more for whatever reason, because it ain't no real reason other than the fact that we grew apart. But that's not toxic to me. That's just a relationship that didn't work out.
Right.
To me, it's toxic when, like, some of y'all today describe toxic relationships, but some people want to be in a toxic club, and you ain't in a toxic club.
Right.
You know what I mean? They feel like, yeah, that's me. That's not you. Social media just make people want to label things other than what they are. You know what I mean? Every time, everything ain't Me Too. You know what I mean? Everything's a Me Too movement. No, it's not. Some
Stay away
stuff
from
ain't that. And toxic is a real thing. I'm not trying to make light of it. It's a real thing. But every relationship that don't work out is not toxic to me.
I agree.
Right.
And yes, you can find love after toxic, because you know, if it didn't kill you, yes, you can find somebody to put up with your ass. Yes, it's possible.
Oh, we don't cuss on this show.
I'm sorry, but
Fine.
BUTT, put up with your butt.
Fine. That's a fine.
But he said something else
So
that's
can I ask you, sir? Come on.
He said he had good.
I wanted to ask you on something you.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. This is my radio voice. Sorry.
Go ahead with your point, Tony, because he tried to. I don't do the light skin. Come on. He trying to play. Come
He
on.
made a good point because we all see it all the time. If you put on there that you're in a bad relationship, some people will say that they're in a bad relationship too just to fit in. Like social media really do define people's relationship. Like the situation we was talking about on the phone about the, you know what I'm saying? But it's
They looking like no, we don't know.
because we can't really talk about that because it's a family member.
Right.
But we was talking about something on the telephone, and she know what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna just use a clear, totally different example.
Can I
Clear out
use
the sky.
Shantae and Stephon? Because clearly she said on here that they had back and forth 11 years. I'm just saying that's just the comment.
Maybe they should call. Maybe she should call.
And
in.
she said that eventually
they
got married.
Hey.
I mean,
if y'all don't know, Stephon is my brother. Shantae is his wife.
yeah.
So
Wow.
they ended up getting married. They seem
So
really,
so the
really
toxic
happy.
the toxic part stopped. I mean, that's what I'm reading. The toxic part.
So what she say on there? Because I don't want to.
I'm just trying.
I don't want to say outside of what she said. So
Well, all she said was they did the back and forth
yeah, they was.
for 11 years. She said she wasn't done. He wasn't done playing
Total,
around.
it's been 11 years. In the beginning, we was all still on Pulaski Street. You know what I mean? So on Pulaski Street, we was wild. Me and my brothers, we was wild. So
Let me be clear. They was very wild because, and everybody about to hear this.
we
I
had
don't even think
put it out there. We
I
had
don't even think
a
I
boom
ever
boom
said
run.
it, but listen though, for real. They was all the way wild because I didn't even know they're on my father's side. I didn't know them till I was grown. That's when I met them with children. My children was in middle school. My oldest was in middle school when I found out that they were all related to me. But I swear to you, even before finding out that they were my cousins, Stephon kept trying to holler at me, and I was like, I just saw his picture. I never met him personally. You don't know that I don't look like my father. I don't look like Gary. Like, look at me.
But nobody knew.
You knew. Some of y'all knew. I had
Only
met
the ones
some of y'all.
that came to the funeral knew. The ones that was around then knew.
So you trying to tell me he was? Listen to what I'm saying. I already said
I don't know.
I never met him before that day, but it was at that gas station. I moved my head because I always got a swoop, y'all always. And I moved my head back. I said, "Don't I look like Gary? Like Gary is my father. That's your cousin. We are cousins."
I don't remember that aspect of it.
You wasn't there,
Yeah,
but I just wanted to be
I can't
clear.
Speak on that.
You just. I'm speaking on it.
Yeah, I'm saying like far as when we first found out that
Lord
we
have
was
mercy. I'm
related
not telling Stephon the
was-
number. He won't call
it's
in.
my great uncle, which is her grandfather. It's how we found out we was related was at his funeral, and after that it was learning the different family members. You know what I'm saying?
I had that happen to me
Yeah.
before too.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I know that at that time when we was on Pulaski Street, that was not
Y'all
long
was just
after
guys.
my first toxic relationship. We was wild. And their situation was toxic. Their relationship now is a complete, what is it, 380, whatever.
360,
360. Whatever it
360.
is. You say 380, give
he
it
added
10. But no,
he
it's
added
completely
10.
different now than what it was then. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really had to come to, I'm going to tell you, be real blatant about it. When he said he was marrying her, I'm looking at him like, you sure? He was like, yeah. So I'm like, I never intervened in the relationship. So, you know what I mean, when we started sitting down and talking, you know what I mean, and then started talking to her because I kind of distanced myself from that whole situation, including her. It was like, yeah, we matured, we grew up, and we had to realize where we wanted to be at in life, so on and so forth. They knew at that point that they wanted to be with each other, and they knew their downfalls, and they put it on the table between those two, their downfalls, and they made the decision between themselves that they was going to fix themselves and fix their relationship, and then they ended up getting married, you know what I'm saying, which was a blessing for them. Right. So they fixed their own toxic relationship.
Okay, she said don't do that. They both was crazy. So listen, that's what Shantae said.
I didn't say neither one of them was crazy.
Shantae said don't do that. We both was crazy. So we have to wrap up. So I'm gonna go around really quick and ask just one. Tony, don't give us a whole paragraph and spit 16 bars plus a story. Okay, we just need you to give that one tip for somebody who's been in a toxic relationship, who's looking to be, to find love. What would you suggest?
I'm gonna make you a couple suggestions real quick.
No, just one. We don't have time. We all
Real
have to
quick,
give
just
one
hear
and
me
keep
out.
it moving.
To understand where you want to go at in life, you have to understand where you've been. You have to be who you want to be. You can't go looking for a nickel, you know what I'm saying, if you a penny, you know what I mean? Listen to the song Statistics by Life.
Okay.
You gotta be who you want to be. So if you want a great man,
Tony
whatever you're
trying to
looking for,
spitball.
you gotta find. You gotta be who you want to.
Okay. Be who you
attract.
want to be. Be who you want to attract. Which one is it?
Be who you want to attract.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You
All
have
right.
to
I
be
just
who you
want
wanna
to be
attract.
clear on what your advice is to the people. Toya, do you have any advice to the people?
Just when I can say, just go into your closet and disrobe yourself, and then when you see yourself in the mirror, whatever you don't like, fix it, and then when you fix it, he gonna come. He or she gonna come.
All right, Chanel, it's on you.
I think I would probably say the same thing. Basically, work on yourself and get yourself together first. Because how can you expect for somebody to love you when you don't love yourself?
All right. Now this is gonna be so easy, you guys. Okay. I just have one simple thing, because that's a lot of us have it. If you're looking or seeking love, I'm not saying get rid of the wall completely, but don't have that wall so solid that the person that wants to love you can't get through to you. Because a lot of people, you put that wall up and then you block everything. You will block your heart, you block your blessings, putting that wall up. So all I'm saying is just that wall, you gotta break it down. Look, he over there, that's him. Get rid of that wall, okay? Listen, Mario had a song, what did it say? You should let me love you or something like that.
He trying to be Donald Trump building walls over here.
Yeah, he trying to build walls. Like, no. Y'all have to let it down. Let it down. A lot of, between the wall and being able to trust somebody, don't fault him or her for your past relationships. That's just flat out.
Exactly.
Okay, just don't do it. Because if you take that into your new relationship, it's just not going to be successful. It's just not. So we do have to wrap up. I don't want to get the sign again. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. You can tune in to us each and every Sunday right here at 6 p.m. either via our social medias or radioonfire.com and clicking the live button. Really quick, I'm going to give my social media, Monica WLS2 on Instagram, the S.W.A.P Radio Show on Instagram. What else we have on there? Survivors with a Purpose on Instagram. We have quite a few. Facebook, you can like our page, and that's also Survivors with a Purpose, and it's also S.W.A.P Radio Show. Just like those. Chanel.
My Facebook is Chanel Mabry News. And also my Instagram is rise_sister.
Lord have mercy. Tony not even supposed to be on social media. Toya, you want to, if not, you don't have to. It's just a...
Oh, yeah, I don't mind. Latoya Johns Bay on Facebook. And I have a business page. Can I get my business page?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Promote yourself.
On Instagram is Bedroom Candy by Toya. Hey.
Okay.
Okay, that's another show. Surviving. We'll talk about it. Tony don't want to give his. Girl, what you doing? Tony ain't giving no social media. Look at him. He's not giving no social media. But listen, you guys, listen. Again, we thank you for tuning in. Don't forget our mental health awareness event on April 27th. We still need vendors. And well, we would like sponsors, but we still would like to get more vendors. You can inbox me and I'll get you what you need to get. So we're gonna have to have Tony back. He's like he still has some more to talk about. So after this, it's going to be something. Also, we do have a website, you guys. It's being updated. It's survivorswithapurpose.com. It's being updated. Give us a week or two. It'll be, fully operational. So again, as I always say, walk by faith, not by sight.